All right, so I'm going to introduce the products that you will be seeing me use in my video. It's this nail polish remover, 100% acetone. You do not need to use maximum strength. It's totally up to you what kind of nail polish remover you'd like to use, because remember, we're just taking off nail polish if you've used it to cover your gel manicure as it's grown out. So you'll see in the video I have a lot of length that's grown out. And what I like to do before I use nail polish remover is coat my cuticles with vitamin E oil, and I'll just lather up in a little lotion, so that when I get my cotton pad and use the nail polish remover, I save my skin and my cuticles and only really focus on removing the nail polish. And here is the crazy glue to go ahead and save those gels from lifting up anymore. And that's also in my previous video. A nail file with a high grit and a low grit filing, a cuticle pusher, and then a very soft file with a buff. Usually you see these in squares as well, so this is mine. That's for the top of your nail bed. The cuticle cutter if you need one, and then just whatever kind of ideas you're going to be using on top of your nail lacquer. So forgive the sun. I do prefer the natural lighting, but it's not working with me right now, so we're moving to another room. Let's get started. So first, you do want to begin by assessing the length of your nail. If you want to keep them long or short, medium length, decide on the shape that you want as well. And I just kind of take a look, I think of the color I'm using, and go from there. Once you've decided and you've cut them to the length that you've wanted them, you are going to use vitamin E oil, coconut, Tahitian, whatever it might be that's your favorite natural oil, and spread it around the cuticles. Fourth, I'd like to get my hand cream and spread it around the cuticles and then the rest of my hands, just to protect it from when I'm removing the polish. If you're not removing any polish, don't worry about this step. Just clean up the nails with an acetone or alcohol. Now, if you are removing your nail polish, go ahead and take this fifth step in pouring the polish on your cotton pad and removing the nail polish. Meanwhile, your cuticles and your fingertips will stay protected from the 100% acetone or whatever nail polish remover you decided to use. I don't like the feeling of all the dryness going around my fingers, so I use the cream and cuticle oil. Okay, so for this sixth step, you're going to pay close attention to the thickness of your gel and to the file side in which you'll be using. Use the high grit side for the gel and the low grit side for your nail bed. Once you get it low enough to where you can transition the gel into the nail bed, use only the low grit side or even your buffer to transition the area from the nail bed to the gel and smooth it around the top of the nail bed. On the seventh step, you want to really begin to define the shape of your nail with your file and remove the harsh edges with your lower grit file. If you already have the shape the way you want it and you don't need to do anything, click here to skip to step 8. Otherwise, continue with shaping and assessing what you've done so far, and then go ahead and compare right thumb, left thumb, make sure you have the right height in both of them and they look like they can be from the same family, and all your edges are the way you want them to be. So this is where you just kind of take your time with it. It's one of the longest processes for me. I put on some good music when I'm not doing a video, and especially if you have long nails or if your nails are very thick, then you'll need a higher grit and longer filing time. And I almost forgot to mention the shape I'm doing today is the coffin shape with a bit of an oval edge, so it's not a very concise coffin shape. And luckily, coffin shape happens to be flattering to my hands, but I would go with whatever is flattering to your fingernails and hands. Moving on to step 8, since I'm finally finished with filing, we're going to use our cuticle clippers to remove any unwanted cuticles, and also if you have any hangnails. This is a part you can also skip if you don't have too many cuticles or you don't like to cut them back. You could just simply push them. Sometimes I do it while I'm buffing my nail. I'll just get the edge of the buffer and keep pushing them down. Once you've completely pushed back your cuticles and cut them, and your hangnails as well, you're going to go ahead and wash up your hands if you feel necessary, or just go into grabbing your nail glue or your crazy glue. Begin to carefully, securely adhere any gel that's lifting away from the nail bed. Still, it should only be a little now that you've buffed most of the big pieces away if there was any, to prevent any lifting once you apply your nail polish. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to decide on which polish I'm going to use. I'll probably just lay them all right here and think about it. Now all is left is to begin the base coat on my nails. using Ridge Out by Creative. The reason I like Ridge Out is because its intention is to formulate like a matrix over your ridges. And so if you kind of think of the transition between the gel that we have buffed down and our natural nail bed, it will smooth over transitional line as well. Doing the other side, and I hope you can see this. Actually, I can't tell. I'm trying to be really careful about it. So, and you can concentrate on going a little slower between that gap. And that brings in Topless and Barefoot. This little Essie brush. Well, I need globs of nail lacquer, and then I need to go ahead and stroke my nail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and the thumb. Let's see how many strokes we're gonna need. Super Gob. Super Gob is just perfect. It might seem like there's so much, but I'm spreading it out pretty well. All right. Coat number 1. I don't know if you can see that based on the lighting. Let me go ahead and pause and give some more lighting. So I'm going to just let you know I'm going to go through my second coat. I did want to mention while I'm on this second coat that later, after you're all done and you have your top coat on and finished, 3 or 4 days later you can go in with another color on top of that instead of just a top coat, such as if you have an event that you're going to or some party and you want to freshen up your nails and be well coordinated, you can do that with a different color. So it's always nice to start with a natural color. Topless and Barefoot, all done. There it is. Essie, very pretty color. I'm going to be using the Kitty White from OPI collection, and I'm going to use it as my third coat. I already tested it on my thumbnail here, and this is my second coat from my other thumb. Topless and Barefoot. Let's go ahead and begin the process of this third coat on all the nails, and I may or may not use 2 coats of this as well, or just go in with my top coat. As I'm opening this bottle and looking at the color, I'm realizing what a beautiful color Kitty White is. Not only does OPI have the perfect sized brush for my nail beds, but they have really pretty colors, and the nail polish itself seems to have great integrity. It stays on for a while. It doesn't smell intensely bad, and they always have great collections. Considering I got this a couple of weeks ago in March, you could probably still find this, and hopefully it is around for all of April before they sell out. I happened to pick mine up at Cosmoprof. That's just how I say it. You probably say Cosmoproof or Cosmoprof a whole lot better than I do, so forgive me if I've mispronounced it, but I love my little store down by my house because they have great colors. All right. While the rest of the nails dry, I'm going to go ahead and get my little flowers here that I wanted to use in addition to this tutorial. And what you want to do is grab your decal, whichever ones you're choosing, and just get some tweezers, get the one that you want, pull it off. And I'm going to use the nail that's dry, the example nail that I was using earlier, and you can just play around with where you want to set that. I am setting it down on a dry nail so I do not mess up the polish. Then you can just press it down with your finger. Once you're all done, you're going to go in with your top coat. If you don't want to do any of the decals or designs, then you just go in with your top coat right away. So I think I like that.
So considering it's springtime, I really love these fun decals for nail art. They're easy and, well, they just kind of make things pop a little bit. So I'm excited about doing them, but after the weekend I probably will remove them simply because I'm not crazy about the idea with my rhinestones.
So now that I applied the decals that I wanted, which I mixed it up between the puffy flowers and the flat flowers, if you have certain ones that you think might fall off, it's okay to go ahead and use the crazy glue and just gently and lightly go over or around the decal to ensure that it's going to stick really well. Then I'm just going to go in with the same top coat I used in my previous video, mentioned up top above, the Revlon. So now I'm going to go in with that top coat and I'll go directly over the decal. That's fine. And you can also apply the decals to your wet nails if you're in a hurry. Nothing is going to happen. The only thing is that if you need to remove it, it will ruin a little bit of your polish if you're not careful. Not saying that it will, but it may. So just think about that. Sometimes it sticks better on wet polish and lasts longer, and then sometimes it can also ruin your polish. It depends on what kind of steady hand you have. All right, I'm so excited. I'm almost done top coating it. And of course, to keep your nails fresh, you want to go ahead and go in with that top coat once a week or every 3 days if you're really good about it. Keep that shine in there. And if you've chosen a matte color, obviously, you don't need to worry about that. Remember, if any go down to the edges of your skin, which is happening with me very little right now, it'll come right off.
As you go throughout your day and washing your hands, washing the dishes, taking a shower, whatever it is that you do, but it should come off really easy. If not, you can even grab a really light nail file and just file that part away and then add some lotion. As you can see, there is some nail polish on my ring finger skin, but like I said, it'll come off real simple. So hopefully this has helped you save your gel nails before you have to go get them done all over again. Have a great day.
Hi, I just want to say thanks again for watching my YouTube channel. And in addition to what I just did, I wanted to show you what I like to do every 3 days. I had mentioned that you can add gloss to your nails. And if you're good about putting gloss on your nails or you like to change your outfits a lot, instead of doing gloss, you can also just write over your nails. And as you can see, I already did mine just a few days later because my nails grow really fast and they're looking just terrible right now. So I just pushed my cuticles back, I painted them, and now I'm gonna just go through quickly since I did this 2 days ago and I haven't posted this video yet, and I'm gonna do that right now. I figured all I did was use the same 2 colors you saw earlier, Kitty White with a diamond top coat from Revlon. So I'm adding here a basic CoverGirl black, literally right over the nail and the growth, just to give it a little shine from the past few days. Okay, as you can see right now, I am actually also covering the nail growth from just 3 days ago. My nails grow, like I said, so fast. They're like little weeds. So I did, as you see the nail buffer there, I kind of just gave them a quick reshape of a coffin shaped nail, just really fast. And now I'm covering the growth of the nail. And so I did mention before in the video that it's always nice to start your cleaned up nails with a light color so that every few days you can go in with a darker and darker color. I'm at my limit because I'm using black. Actually, no, I'm not. After the black, I can use glitter on top of the black. And I have these pretty glitters that I like to use, and that thickens and strengthens the nails even some more, especially at this length. They're so long that if you're wearing some tight pants and you got some tight buttons, they can easily break. Or if you do kickboxing or studio boxing like I do, you can also break them in your gloves. I bent mine the other day in the kickboxing studio. I had the glove on and we were sparring. Oh, this finger, as a matter of fact, the index finger, the nail, I can just feel it bend in the glove. It hurts so bad. I thought for sure it broke, but hey, I guess that's what nail glue and thin gels do. They keep them strong. I guess make them work as long as you can. Now I'm going to end the video here. Thank you for hanging tight and watching this. Hopefully it helps you out. But I'm going to end it because I don't think you need to see me do the top coat again. I'll just add a picture at the top right. All right, ladies. Thanks for watching. And gents, bye.